Good morning, this is Talia MK at Conference of Founders 2.0 2025 Dubai, and we have with us Mr. Hatem Shehab. He's General Manager for Bright Future Consulting, and he has been awarded as an Entrepreneurial Excellence. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
for being here. Thank you for your calm and amazing presence. And for being so patient with me from yesterday.
No,
How
it's
does
okay.
it feel to receive an award in a hub of CEOs, in a hub of pool of people from all over the world?
First of all, thank you very much for having me. And I think it's a very interesting conference, very inspiring and very engaging. My personal interaction through the conference has been very rewarding and very positive. I must say that. As part of this, the award itself, it's so much meaningful to me in the sense that it's not a recognition for what I have done. It's a recognition for the job that we have been involved in.
Yeah.
So it's very important to see that resilience, fortitude, commitment, hard work, pains that we have gone through when we are doing the foundation for our company and when we are trying to inject some of the things that we connect ourselves with, like
Yeah.
fortitude, commitment, and other things in for the entrepreneurs. This is something that is being rewarded and being appreciated. So I think without that, without the people who has supported us, we would not have won this award.
Yes.
So my gratitude goes to the people that I have influenced their careers. I have influenced their trajectory during the entrepreneurship. Because I've worked with people whom we have helped reshape their career, reshape their future, reshape their destination. So that's one. The other thing about this conference is that the interaction with the founders, with the like-minded people, gives you a lot of not just only the
It's just open your
inspiration,
horizon. It's
it's
like,
also the
yeah,
horizon that there are so many things that we could
yeah,
do we have
yeah,
not done before.
yeah,
So I think it's a reflection, it's a learning experience.
yeah.
Anybody will tell you that we have mastered everything. I think this is sort of an exaggeration.
Yeah.
There's a learning atmosphere here, and there is also something which makes you feel that you have to unlearn certain things and relearn certain things and learn new competencies. So I think these three triangle, learning, unlearning, and relearning, is what makes this conference special and very unique.
Amazing. So, as you're a Bright Future Consulting, what consulting this company holds specialized in?
Basically, we are into three major areas. One of them is human capital transformation. The second one, we provide consulting and capability building workshops and training in the area of change management, organizational transformation, and
Okay.
culture change.
Okay.
And the third one, we do a lot of muscle building for leadership development. So these are the three major areas that we engage
As you
in.
said, culture build. A lot of times when you are traveling to a different zone, like for example, Middle East is very different than European
Yes,
market.
absolutely.
How much do you think why people? I've seen a lot of companies don't even take consideration. They're more into, oh, this is what we're selling, this is what we are giving, this is what we are, without even being sensitive towards the culture. How important do you think it is to educate your company when you're moving into a Middle Eastern market or any other market in that sense?
Absolutely. And I think this is a spot on question. First of all, we don't sell.
Yeah.
Culture is not a sellable product, it's an intervention and it's very immersive. So, to your point, when we do any culture transformation, we try to understand the context, not just only the content. The context where you are operating. The company is operating within a diversified culture in Saudi Arabia or in Dubai, for example, or in the Middle East in GCC. And then we understand what drives this culture.
Yeah.
What drives the culture is the leadership style, is the vision of the organization, the values of the organization, the systematic value of the
Yeah.
organization. If it is there, if it's not there, then we have to mature it. So culture does not come by itself. It comes by design or intentional design. And sometimes if it is not intentional, it is coming from the stakeholders. So we try to understand the levers of the culture, the driving force of the culture, and then we do the culture transformation. Because culture transformation is not itself an objective. Sometimes you need to do the activation. Culture
Yeah.
is there, The stakeholders, they have a lot of values that
Mm.
you can be proud of, but it's not activated.
Yeah.
Activation means that you need to see behavioral
Yeah.
practices on the ground reflecting what you want to see. And
Mm.
if I want to use in a layman's word, culture is about the way you produce your or engage in your values.
Yeah.
So for example, if you're talking about honesty and confidence and diversity, you would respect the people regardless of their hierarchical
Yep.
position. So
Yes.
you make sure that people who are doing great job are rewarded, not just
Mm-mm.
based on nepotism, for example, or based on connection or based on influence. So these small things will accumulate a very thriving culture, or a culture of positivity and engagement. And this is where you have the
How do
impact.
you think when it comes to consulting in all of these new era,
Yeah.
people are like, we can get all the answers online through chat GPT or AI or whatever. How do you want those the mindset to understand that a human touch or an organization or consulting is needed, even when the life or world is very much prone to seeking help from the AI?
See, AI is a great tool.
Yeah.
Let's recognize that,
Yes.
and we use it sparingly. ChatGPT or any of the tools that you could use will give you, for example, the overview about the culture, about the behaviors. It will give you an overview, and I'm not discounting that. It will give you an overview of what needs to be done in terms of the actions. But actually, actionalizing the action is the intervention of the people. So you will
Hmm.
always have, we want to do this, and you need to have the intervention. The intervention, human intervention, is about not just only having the plans. It is really immersing the people in the plans, making sure that they feel that. So in our workshops, it's very immersive.
Yeah.
So when we do the workshop, we don't teach the people.
Hmm.
We make the people live
Yeah.
exactly like you are in the
Yeah.
simulator.
Yeah.
The pilot goes into the simulator and he
Mm-hmm.
has a crash.
Mm-hmm.
So he experienced the crash of a plane, but
Yeah.
it's not actual. We know it's in the simulator. But unless and until he has simulated that crash, he
Mm.
will not be able to manage the real risk
Yeah.
that he could, feel or face or encounter in the space.
Yeah.
So actually, ChatGPT or AI is a great tool to give you sort of, things that you don't need to spend a lot of time in. But the human interaction is absolutely
So
irreplaceable.
are your services, all of these, are globally available, or is it like specifically regional, like
Well,
Middle Eastern?
يعني احنا we are practically speaking, we're focusing on the region GCC, basically Saudi Arabia, but there is no harm in doing something. We have done something, I would say globally, but people attended some of our workshops and some of the interventions who came from outside. So, for example, we did a workshop of building the muscles in the organization with what we call leading without authority. So, leading without authority, we have done a workshop. How do you become a leader without having the permission? Because you are
Yeah.
not in the hierarchy.
Yeah.
So, this course has attracted a lot of people from outside.
Hmm.
We did it in Medina because people, they come for Medina for their
Yeah,
religious
yeah, yeah,
rituals,
yeah.
to visit Prophet Muhammad,
Yes.
peace be upon him. But at the same time, they take courses, that workshops, I would say, not traditional courses, so that they engage in an actual experiential learning, atmosphere, so that they can really test whether they can be actual leaders without being in the hierarchy. So this
Amazing.
is something that we have done, I would say globally, because we had people from Malaysia, from Indonesia, from India, from Philippines. These people who are Muslims coming to visit Medina, they
They're
would like
trying to
to
understand it more better.
understand how in their own organizations or in their own institutions,
Yeah.
how they become leaders,
Yep.
but they are not labeled traditionally as leaders in the
Yeah.
hierarchy.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time and educating us. On that note, try to be curious, try to understand, and rather than being scared of the change, try to adapt it and in your own way, which makes you comfortable. And on that note, be kind, avoid using plastic, save water. This is Thalia MK signing off. Thank you.